Hi guys! Today I'm going to be going over a few tips and tricks when it comes to modelling hair for Roblox UGC. Please note that this isn't a tutorial on how to use Blender to make hair, but rather this is going to be a list of things that I wish I would have known before even attempting to try and make hair. Here's a little image of one of my first attempts at making hair. As you can see, it's not that great. And here's the hair that I make nowadays. It's not perfect, but I feel like I've improved a lot. In this video, I'll be going over what went wrong and tips on how to avoid the mistakes that I made. Before we even start, I've noticed that there are two main ways of making hair. You can start off with a cap and then add strands of hair, ponytails and other details to it. The other way is to make it purely from paths, like these. Notice how they don't have a cap? The tips I provide are going to be more relevant to the second method, but can be helpful to the first as well. I used way too much geometry when first modelling hair. As you can see, I decimated the heck out of my first attempt at hair, which made it look extremely sharp and ugly. Roblox has a 4K try limit and a 1.2K vertice limit for UGC items, and after decimating the heck out of it, I still couldn't get it under 4K tries. So it's essential that your mesh is well made from the beginning. Use triangles as your bevel shape. Triangles not only have less geometry than other shapes, but they also look really nice for Roblox hair. Here's a side-by-side comparison of paths that use a circle curve and paths made from using a triangle. The left and middle paths are beveled using circle curves, whereas a right path was beveled using a triangle curve. As you can see, there is a lot more geometry on the ones made from a circle curve. You can make a triangle curve by adding a circle with 3 sides, and then converting that to a curve, and then using that to bevel a path. Use an edge split modifier to get sharp edges on hair while still retaining some smooth edges. This replicates auto smooth, which can't be used on curves. Just remember to remove it before converting the curve to a mesh, as you will end up with a bunch of extra vertices. Alternatively, you could apply and then merge vertices after applying. Reduce the resolution on the path. This greatly reduces the amount of geometry you have by a lot. If you're modelling longer hair, you might have it set higher, whereas if you're modelling shorter hair, you might have it a bit lower. Make sure your hair strands' paths are wide, but not too wide. The wider your hair strands are, the more coverage they provide and the less paths you have to use, meaning that you use less geometry. However, be careful not to make them too wide, as they can make your hair look chunky and blocky. You can reduce your vertice count by merging vertices that are nearby. I like to merge vertices at the top and at the end of hair strands. I also like to merge vertices of 2 hair strands that are next to each other like this. Select 2 vertices and then scale them down to 0. When you're done, select everything and press M and then merge by distance. This is a very time-consuming process, but it removes all gaps, reduces vertices, and makes your hair look a lot more cleaner on the inside. That's about it when it comes to optimizing your mesh and reducing the geometry on it. You may have noticed that I've been modelling my hair on this instead of the default Roblox head. If you find that your hair doesn't flow nicely or drops off too sharply on the top of the default Roblox head and looks like this, try making your hair on a more spherical or natural head shape. One last thing, don't be afraid to add variation. Hair comes in all different designs, colours, sizes, styles. Add waves and braids to mix up each hairstyle. Adding variation in style definitely adds to the uniqueness of your hairstyle. Thanks for watching. That's about it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.